As many of you know, I have a tendency towards the gruesome and horrible things in life. I look at them and make stories out of them. Some of them I pull out of my head, and some of them I pull out of things that I've heard about or things that I've seen on the news or just daily tales from the newspaper. I don't have to search far because sadly, this is a gruesome world. I think today I'm just going to state a few facts that you probably know. And if you don't know them, then you will after I'm finished. I'm 63. I have friends my age and younger, and it seems to me that it's getting harder to be alive in this world. People who come from the services, Marines, Army, Air Force, Navy, after wars or after being wounded, seem to have a difficult time in finding assistance. People with families who don't have great jobs have a difficult time in finding assistance. You and me, when we have health problems, have a difficult time in finding assistance. Now, there are government programs, so they say, set up to help all of these people. But to wade through all of the red tape that exists out there, it is almost like getting tangled up in a pit of boa constrictors. One person tells you to go here, another person tells you to go someplace else, and so on and so forth. And before you know it, you're frustrated, you want to give up, you can't give up, because it's your life and the life of your family and your children. We seem to have a penchant for taking animals and treating them better than we do ourselves. Now, I have nothing wrong with that. I love animals. I think that they get the short end of the stick just like children do most of the time, and the elderly. But we have so many things that can easily be taken care of if our government stops and thinks about it. If the two houses stop their petty squabbling and try to look at it through the eyes of us, those who put them in office. Because I can tell you this, and sadly I don't vote, I can't vote, but when someone is voted into office, they work for you. It is not the other way around. They work for you. All of those politicians who are saying, oh, we need to cut health care, we need to cut HUD, we need to cut education, they work for you. But if you don't complain, if all of you don't write letters or emails or complain or protest, all of the bullshit that happens in Washington will continue to happen. And you haven't done anything about it. Even as a non-voter, I write letters, I send emails to the government. I will always complain. I will always point out what I feel is unjust or not right or just downright stupid and cruel. And there are so many of those things happening. You know, prisoners in lockup can get an education. They get 3 meals a day. They get snacks. They watch television. They watch movies. They have access to computers and books. They have access to tutors. They actually, the only thing they don't have access to, excuse me, other than the outside world, which they can go out into the yard and do their walking and playing and things, is a member of the opposite sex. And Having been in prison myself, I know that, that is a possibility. If you have enough to trade, you can get anything in prison. Prison is a festering mold on the side of the world. It is like a fungus. We're building smarter prisoners. We're building stronger prisoners. And sooner or later, these guys will be out among us. Stronger and smarter, but still as stupid and as mean. Now, I say stupid and I say smarter in the same sentence. So I'll take it back. They're more intelligent than when they went in, if they've taken the time to study and to go online and read about things. However, their lizard brain back here is the same. It hasn't changed. They're cruel. They have crime on their mind. Rape, thievery, murder, you name it. Whatever they were before, the majority of them are the same as they get out. These are things I want you to think about. Most of you have given up on God. Most of you have given up on religion. That's okay. I myself am a pantheist. I believe that everything is connected. Everything. From each blade of grass to each tree, to each planet in the universe that has life on it, whether it be an atom, a pool of water, but we're all connected. And together we make up God, as God makes us up. God's just a great word to use. What else are you going to say? Grand omnipotent deity, the cosmic consciousness of what we are and what God is. But not all cosmic consciousness are great. On the flip side, there is evil. Yin and yang, the positive and the negative, the good and the bad. All of these things exist. Some of them exist because we allow them to exist. This is all I want you to think about. That's all I wanted to say. I want you to think. I want you to consider your world. I want you to consider those around you. What can you do to assist someone who has less than you and needs help? And I don't necessarily mean send money to starving children in Africa. That's nice. But I mean find starving children in the United States or the country you live in if you're watching this from another country. Find people who are homeless and at least give them some kind of hope. Get together with your friends and do something wonderful. I had a young student here from Mongolia, and she spent a lot of her time working for Habitat for Humanity from Mongolia, helping build houses for Americans. You know, what's so incredible about this picture? Can you do that? Can you lift a hammer? Can you go and when you shop buy a few different groceries and add them into the baskets at the end of the hall for the people who are homeless? And quit buying crap like pumpkin and beans. You know, they're human. They'd like to eat some things. Buy them a freaking can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs. You know, get them some vegetables. Christmas is supposed to be every day, all year. Giving is supposed to be every day, all year. And if you have 10 cents, give somebody a nickel. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to someone else. Do a good deed today. Doesn't have to be a giant deed, but it can be a good deed. Get a coworker a cup of coffee without even asking. You know, Pick up something off the floor that someone could trip over. Dust off somebody else's desk with them. But do a good deed. It'll make you feel better, trust me. And since this is a Monday, and everybody gets those Monday morning blues, maybe you can change that for someone else and for yourself. Okay? Be good to yourselves. Take care. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.